Carlos Alcaraz breaks the silence and sends a clear message about the controversial demands led by Novak Djokovic. The world number 3 publicly distances himself from the PTPA, the player union founded by the Serbian, in a moment of maximum tension between tennis players and the sport's main governing bodies. What exactly did Carlitos say? Stay until the end because what's happening off the court could change tennis forever. The bombshell dropped during Media Day at the 2025 Miami Open, when Carlos Alcaraz was asked about the demands of the PTPA, the Professional Tennis Players Association created by Novak Djokovic and Vasek Pospisil. His response was clear, firm, and even carried a hint of discomfort. Honestly, it was a surprise to me because no one told me anything. Thus began what would become an open criticism of an organization that claims to have the support of the best players in the world. Alcaraz explained that he found out about everything through social media, highlighting a total disconnect with the initiative. But the most powerful part came later. There are some things I agree with, others I don't. But the main thing is that I'm not supporting it. And just like that, the Spaniard made it clear that he does not back the stance or demands of the PTPA, drawing a firm line between himself and Djokovic. So what exactly are we talking about? The PTPA has launched a legal offensive against the sport's major governing bodies, accusing them of acting like a cartel that limits players' income, restricts competition, and creates a calendar that, according to them, puts players' physical and mental health at risk. They also claim that entities like the ATP and WTA exploit players to generate disproportionate profits. A bold and direct message. But what has shocked people the most is the PTPA's claim that it has the backing of most of the top names in the circuit. Something that, after Alcaraz's statements, is now in question. And although the Merchant admits there are valid issues on the table, he doesn't agree with the approach or the way Djokovic and his group are handling the situation. So what do you think? Do you agree with Alcaraz's stance or do you believe Djokovic is fighting for a just cause? Let us know your opinion in the comments, and if you're enjoying the video, subscribe and give it a like, because this is just getting started. Alcaraz's stance has had an immediate impact on the circuit. The lack of support from a young, successful, and high-profile figure like him is a tough blow for the PTPA, which has been trying to gain strength and legitimacy since its founding in 2019. The image of unity among tennis players is now clearly fractured, opening a new chapter in the ongoing power struggle within professional tennis. While the ATP and WTA have strongly rejected the accusations, defending their management model as oriented toward the global development of tennis, the PTPA insists this is only the beginning of a legal and media battle to change the system from within. For the union, it's not just about money, but about justice, health, and dignity for players, as expressed by Vasek Pospisil, one of its most active leaders. However, the silence or opposition of top players like Alcaraz puts the viability of the movement in jeopardy. Because if there isn't a united front among the tour's elite, the demands could lose traction, both in court and in the court of public opinion. And the truth is, many players so far have opted to stay on the sidelines or avoid the conflict altogether. Alcaraz, with his statement, has made his position clear. He prefers to focus on his tennis, on his growth, and on his career, rather than get involved in institutional disputes. But his honesty also exposes a deeper problem: the disconnect between players and the organizations claiming to represent them. And while the debate continues to grow off the court, Carlos is already focusing on his next challenge, his Miami debut against David Goffin. Another chance to show that, beyond the controversy, tennis is still his #1 priority. After distancing himself from the demands led by Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz quickly shifted his focus back to what he does best: talking tennis, his game, his connection with the fans, and his goals at the 2025 Miami Open. Because beyond the media noise, the Merchant remains one of the main attractions on the circuit, thanks to both his talent and his charisma. Ahead of his opener against Belgian David Goffin, the world #3 appeared optimistic, calm, and focused. Despite his recent semi-final loss in Indian Wells, Alcaraz made it clear that the setback hadn't affected him emotionally. In fact, it seems to have fueled him. "I'm happy with how my year is going. I've won one of the 4 tournaments I've played, the level is good, the rhythm is there, and I keep improving," he stated with a calm smile. And for Carlitos, competing goes far beyond lifting trophies. His words reflect a growing maturity and a deep understanding of what his presence means in the tennis world. "It makes me happy to be a player who contributes to the show," he told the media. A phrase that reflects not only his on-court style but also his philosophy as an athlete. Playing to entertain has become one of the pillars of his identity. Alcaraz understands that his electric, creative, and aggressive game has a direct impact on the audience, and that motivates him. I'm really happy to be one of those players who makes people want to watch tennis for the first time. I play not just for myself, but also so that the crowd enjoys it, he explained with humility and passion. As for the tournament, the Mercian was clear, he's taking it step by step, without obsessing over potential matchups, though he did admit excitement about a possible semi-final clash with Novak Djokovic. Hopefully he makes it, and I do too. Those are matches that attract the public because they're always fun to watch, he said. A self-aware Alcaraz who knows he's one of the stars of the show. But never skips a chapter of the script. Although he wouldn't face Zverev until a hypothetical final, he does share the same half of the draw with names like Medvedev, Tsitsipas, and Djokovic himself. A tough road, but also the perfect opportunity to measure his progress this season. I'm maturing, going in the right direction. And this is the path I have to keep following. Good things will come, or at least I hope so, he concluded. While the PTPA and Djokovic launch legal challenges against tennis organizations, Alcaraz is responding with a different kind of leadership, one based on tennis, respect, and connection with the fans. And although he remains on the sidelines of the union fight, his role in the present and future of the sport is just as important. Carlos Alcaraz continues to generate opinions and interest beyond his individual achievements, and now, American serve legend John Isner has sparked an unexpected conversation. I'm surprised Carlos doesn't play doubles. In a tennis world where every detail matters, this comment has opened a new discussion about the Mercian's potential in a format many see as vital for the sport's entertainment value and tactical development. Alcaraz has shown he has the talent, energy, and charisma to shine in both categories. He's already played some doubles matches, such as with Nadal at the Olympics or with Granollers in Davis Cup, but this year, he has chosen to focus solely on the singles circuit. Lack of time? A Grand Slam-focused strategy? Just a personal choice? The truth is, tennis figures like Isner believe Alcaraz has a lot to contribute in doubles too, and that his presence could make tennis an even more complete spectacle. What's clear is that Carlos still has many paths to explore. And even though his priority for now is to keep winning solo titles, seeing him return to doubles could be a treat for fans and the professional circuit alike. Would you like to see Carlitos playing more doubles? Carlos Alcaraz has made it clear that his battle is on the court. While Djokovic leads lawsuits against tennis organizations, the Mercian prefers to focus on his game, keep improving, and be a positive role model for fans. His statements in Miami not only show maturity, but also a clear vision of his purpose as an athlete, playing for himself, for his people, and for everyone who falls in love with tennis by watching him play. With a solid start to the year and a mindset that's increasingly mature, Alcaraz stands out as one of the big favorites in Miami. The show is guaranteed. And Carlitos, once again, is ready to give it all. That's all for today from the Miami Open, where Carlos Alcaraz gives us not only great points, but reflections worth hearing. What do you think about his stance on the PTPA? And how do you see his path in the tournament? Leave your comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss a single detail from Tennis Zone, the home of the best tennis in the world.